Hi everyone, Amir here, also known as One Falcon. So this week Rare had another huge presence at Gamescom. While the long lines of fans played Sea of Thieves on location, Rare also hosted many mixer streams featuring players from the community and members from the Rare team. During the streams, the rest of the community who couldn't make it to Gamescom had an all-access pass to Rare streamers through the mixer chat. There were lots of great questions asked and even better answers given. In this video, I'm going to go over some of the highlights throughout the week taken from those streams. So let's start with Easter eggs. There will be Easter eggs of other Rare games hidden in Sea of Thieves. Currently, there's a Banjo-Kazooie figurehead that can be seen at the front of ships, and during Comic-Con last year, a Joanna Dark figurehead was shown, so hopefully we can expect that to be implemented in the game as well. One question was about the gold players that have been accumulated in the technical alpha. This gold will be used for more than just buying a mug of grog. Keen players should be noticing that outposts in the game have been getting more and more detailed, with more buildings and boarded up shops popping up. Once the boards are removed and the doors have been opened, those shops will be very important when it comes to spending your gold. The next question worth noting was about matchmaking. Players who don't have a group of friends to sail with don't need to worry. They will still be able to find a crew. Simple to use matchmaking has been implemented so you can join up with random players and get on with your joint pirate fun in no time. To that answer was the perfect follow-up question about pirates looking to sail alone. This question has been asked a lot, and while answered before, I thought it was worth reiterating. Rare is actively working on a smaller ship that will allow for single crew pirates to sail the seas on. No date on when we will see this ship, but it is in the works. Solo players are just as important as crews are to Rare. As they have said from the beginning, this game is about being the pirate you want to be, and so Rare of course will be catering to those solo pirate needs. Some fans might already know the answer to this topic as well, but when asked about randomly generated maps, Rare responded that the world map and islands are not randomly generated. Rare wants the world of Sea of Thieves to be a place you can learn and master. Though it hasn't been randomly generated, it has grown over time. It is now 3 to 4 times bigger than it was at last year's E3 showing. While the world does get larger, each island has a unique shape that helps you remember it. The ever-evolving world doesn't stop the individual islands from changing though. With feedback, the islands have been changing to meet player needs. The question of the week, the one that everyone was thinking about, and one watcher asked, was did Craig Duncan, studio head at Rare, wear his Goonies shirt at Gamescom? The answer sadly was no, but he did pack it. On the topic of storms, when you're in the middle of a storm, be it on a ship or island, lightning can strike you and take away health, so definitely watch for the skies. Following storms was a question about exploration. You can indeed explore underwater and find all those shipwrecks just waiting to be plundered. These shipwrecks carry things like resources to left behind treasure so that they are worth your time to investigate. Curious about the afterlife, someone asked what happens when you die. When you die in the Sea of Thieves, you go to the Ferry of the Damned. On the ferry, you can meet up with other pirates, regardless of crew, who have died during the same time. While you're there, you can share your adventures, explain how you died, or plan to meet up with your fellow pirates back on land. An important question covered was about proximity chat. Yes, proximity chat is enabled in the game. You can always hear players in your crew, but also players not in your crew close by. With that in mind, it's very important to think twice before you speak in the company of others. This bit has been stated before, but it's good to mention for all the new insiders who joined during Gamescom. Everyone who signed up to be an insider will get to play the game before it's released. Following that were some great gameplay-specific questions. You can drop the anchor of another cruise ship. You can't take a chest with you if you travel back to your ship with a mermaid. A chest will shield you from being splattered with vomit from a bucket. You can tack when you sail. And the day-night cycle is on a 1 minute for every hour, 24 minutes per day. I did not know that about the day-night cycle, so that's very good to know. As for questions about customization, you will be able to customize what kind of pirate you look like. The community has been guessing that one of the shops mentioned earlier will be for clothes to buy for our pirate. We shall see when the doors finally open. One viewer asked about ghosts in Sea of Thieves. While you will not encounter ghosts while you are alive, you will turn into one when you visit the Ferry of the Damned. The next couple questions asked on the stream had to do with communication. Rare is looking into poses and emotes. They've done some animations for them already. Player expression is very important to Rare. No timeline for when we will see them, but they are in the works. Along with emotes, Rare is working very hard on other non-verbal communication. The question we're ending this highlights video on is very interesting and even new information for those that have been following the game very closely. When asked about healing crew members, a new revive mechanic was revealed. When your crewmate has been killed and falls to their knees, you will have the opportunity to revive them. This sounds very much like the Down But Not Out in Gears of War and Halo 5, which brings more to the co-op experience. Reviving a teammate right away instead of waiting for them to come back from the ferry could save a lot of time and come in handy in clutch situations with an opposing crew or horde of skeletons. And there you have it. There is plenty more jammed into the week's worth of streaming, but these are some of the highlights that caught our attention. If there were some tidbits in there that caught your ear, be sure to leave a comment on them below. Thanks for watching, and be sure to keep an eye out for more Sea of Thieves coverage.